It's essential, plain and simple. If you're looking to expand your restaurant across multiple sites, or even if you just have one site, using Apicbase as a tool to manage the back end of your restaurant allows you to free up some time to actually focus on your guests and give them the customer experience that they deserve. So my name is Jay Greenslade. I'm the franchise operations manager from the Avocado Show. The Avocado Show as a brand, we are known for our signature pretty healthy food, which is visually stunning and beautifully created dishes made from love from sustainable avocados. We've got 4 of our own outlets here in Amsterdam, 1 in Brussels, and then we have a franchise location currently in Madrid, with lots more coming soon. So we're actually expanding quite rapidly. We've got 4 franchise partners on board. They're opening varying amounts depending on what their agreement is. For example, in Spain, we're going to open 8 in total. The same in France. And we've got a franchise partner in London who's going to open 3 restaurants. And then a 4th partner currently in Stuttgart. And they're going to open 3 restaurants as well. So we were experiencing some issues with our stock control and inventory management. So we really wanted to look for a system that had a very good solution for that. Apicbase definitely has that, and it was much better than various other options that we were looking for. So the cost of doing nothing, of course, it just means chaos pretty much in the restaurant. You know, if you're not managing stock properly, there can be all sorts of problems. We want to make sure that we're managing waste. We want to make sure that we have the right stock at the right time, and make sure that we don't have too much in stock. So we chose Apicbase because it just does everything we need it to do. And if it doesn't do what we need it to do, the customer success team are always willing to listen and actually take on board a lot of suggestions that we have. What I love about the customer success team at Apicbase is it just seems like they're always there. Certainly in the early stages when we were going through the onboarding process, they were available to us what seemed like 24 hours a day. Of course, I know that's not the case, but you know, even if you ask them a question outside of their normal operating hours, you almost always get a response first thing in the morning. We use just about all the modules from Apicbase. We find all of them to be exceptionally useful and are helping us to run the business more efficiently on a day-to-day basis. One of the best things for me is the ability that it gives us to actually zoom in and find the differences between the theoretical and the actual stock values. And then actually having the ability to figure out what is causing those variances and then minimizing them as much as we possibly can. So closing the gap between theoretical and actual stock values is really great for us. We're able to make the business more profitable by doing so. The teams in our restaurants, they know very well that we are going to analyze the data that we get from Apicbase. So it keeps them on their toes and make sure that we get the results that we need. We like to do stock counts on a monthly basis, but if we identify anything that we might see as an issue, we can do a random stock count at any given time and even focus on just 1 or 2 problematic ingredients that might need some attention. So the integration with our POS, Lightspeed, is fantastic. We get live sales data on a daily basis, and that data is used to ensure that our stock levels are maintained at the right level, and we know what we need to order for service in the coming days. Top 3 benefits for me of using Apicbase are: number 1, consistency. For us as a franchise model, we like to actually ensure that we have consistency across all of our outlets, whether it's in another country in Europe or perhaps elsewhere when we expand even further. The second benefit is enabling us to reduce that difference between the theoretical and actual stock value. It's super important for us. You know, increasing profitability is always good in any business. It can sometimes be a challenge in the restaurant industry, but for us, using Apicbase to identify the differences in the variance in the theoretical and actual stock, it's really essential for us. So one of the best insights I think that we take from the system is the menu engineering. We're able to look at our sales data and look at the menu matrix and see which dishes are profitable for us, and which dishes we should perhaps consider removing from the menu. And the third benefit that I absolutely love is the fact that it just removes pretty much all paper and Excel spreadsheets from the business. Well, when there's too much paper or too many Excel spreadsheets, I find that it can be quite chaotic. It's not always so easy to manage. When you have a system like Apicbase, it's all in one place, and you have a really good overview of what's going on in every single outlet. The impact on our restaurants, of course, has been great. It's good for the restaurant managers and the head chefs to have a tool that they can use to manage the back end of the business. And from an HQ standpoint, we have a really great overview of what's going on in each of our restaurants at any given time. It's essential, plain and simple. If you're looking to expand your restaurant across multiple sites, or even if you just have one site, using Apicbase as a tool to manage the back end of your restaurant allows you to free up some time to actually focus on your guests and give them the customer experience that they deserve.